we're going to explore the Calendar app, and this is a very usable tool for students in the classroom as they can create a calendar, set it up to remind them of things, and really work to organize themselves. I know at different levels the calendar may be used for different things. For instance, in the middle school we have used it to have our events on there, our Avid calendar, any reminders the students need, and then individual teachers have actually shared calendars with students so they can remember when projects are coming up and they can organize and pace themselves in order to be successful in the classroom. So the calendar, when you open it, is going to show you a generic calendar, just what you would normally see, and it does default to month. Notice that in red around the date is what today is. So we're going to work from top to bottom, and I can go into a day view, which will show me exactly what is on my day. Notice from here I can also scroll, I can delete an event, I can edit an event, and I can go in and change even which calendar it falls under. So you can do a day-by-day view. You can do a week view. So this is today's week. Or I'm sorry, this is this week, not today's week. This is this week. And you notice that I have not nearly as many options here, but it gives me the view of the entire week. If I go to the month view, you'll see that I have the entire month, and I can scroll ahead or behind as far as I may need to. And then I have the year view, so if I need a quick glance at the year, that is there. If I need to search something in my calendar, I do have a search option, and what it will do is start with today, and it will move itself through so that you can see what I have coming up. So it's a very easy way to actually get a glance of things that may be upcoming in a list format, but I could also search if I know what something was titled. If I want to add an event, I push the plus, I will give it a title. So I'm going to title this test, and let's say that this test is for science, so I'm going to call this science. Location does not have to be filled in, but it can be. The next section deals with your timing. If I turn it on all day, that means it will show up on the calendar as an all-day event, and you'll notice the purple bar that I have across, say, February 8th on Monday, it says CFIP. I've made that an all-day event, so it shows up as a highlighted one bar. I can start it and end it at particular times. I can create it repeating, and travel time won't apply to the students, but that's available if it need be. The calendar actually chooses which calendar to go to put this event into. The Exchange calendar is based on your email. So if the students are using their email and they have their Exchange calendar turned on, they can add this, or as a teacher, you could add an event in the calendar and share it with them, and it will show up in a shared Exchange calendar. iCloud would be based on your iCloud calendar that in the beginning here the students are not actually going to have. So the location of where the event is created is determined by what I choose. So if I want to create an event in my Exchange and I just want it to be under my generic calendar, I would choose calendar. Notice where it says invitees. This is where they could invite a student. So if I have students working in groups and they're planning on meeting, let's say Thursday after school at 3 o'clock, they could send an invite through this and it would go to that student, which they could then add to their calendar. You can add an alert, which will tell you an alert at the time of the event or before to kind of give you that heads up of, hey, this is coming up. You can show it as busy, free, tentative, or out of office. For the students, that's not going to be that much of a concern, but it is something that they can choose there. If it's private, then that means no one is actually going to see it. They can add a URL or any notes. So, for instance, if they're going to be working on a project together and they want to put notes for the other contributors, they can add notes there. Then you would just choose Add, and notice I now have Test Science added for today. On the bottom, let's say that I've scrolled across and I'm up to April 2016, but I want to jump back to today's view. On the lower left, I can hit Today, and it takes me back to the view of today. When I go to Calendars, this is where I can choose which calendars I want to be shown on my actual calendar view. I can edit the calendars from here, so if I do Edit, notice I can go in and let's say I want to change the color, delete the calendar, I can do that. If I want to add a calendar on, so Avid Student Calendar, I added it and I took it off, so whatever is checked is what will show up. The other thing is you'll see that I have Exchange Calendar, which is through my email, and I have an iCloud calendar, which is through iCloud. You will have several other options like holidays and things like that. And notice you can have events found in mail. So if someone sends you an email and it's tagged with an event or a date, it will actually try to find it and see if you want to add it to your calendar. Finally, you can show declined events, because if someone sends you an invite but you decline it, you can still have that show up. If you want all calendars to show up, you just push Show All Calendars. Now, each one you can go in and customize. So if I go in and push the I for calendar, I can change the color, and I can change the notifications for that specific calendar. If I choose Done, that would just close my calendar view. And finally, you have Inbox. So if someone sends you a calendar invite through Exchange or iCloud, this is where they will be. So your inbox is going to have new invitations, and it's going to have your replied. So notice that I replied to this, and I accepted. So that's a recent thing that I have replied to and I have accepted. If I have already created an event and I want to modify it or edit, let's go back to the test science. I'm going to go to test science. Now I can either choose that from the month view, the week view, or the day view, and from here I can edit to change the time, the location, or the title. I can change the calendar that it's connected to, or I can actually delete the event. When I choose that, it's going to say delete the event, and then it will delete it. If the event is something that is shared with others and it is deleted and you have created the event, or a student has, it will also then be deleted for the others if they have connected via the inbox. They will get the notification, or it may simply disappear from their calendar, but it is connected to those that you have shared it with. Thank you for watching this video. Please explore our other modules on the WCPS Professional Learning site.